So going into Aaron Donald Jr.'s junior year, I mean, he's trying to come out here and do a three-peat and win 3 championships in a row.
He came out to practicing hard to get this offense better. I mean, he was laying the boom all practice.
And I mean, if you want to be the best, you got to come out and practice the best every day. And that's something that Aaron Donald Jr. do every day. He works even harder with the cameras off.
But these teams in the ACC is not going to be messing with Pitt this year. We are coming for all respect.
But I talked to my D-line coach, and he said, you are in no danger of losing your starting position. Keep working. So going into my first game of my junior season, I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. came out intense and started off early with a tackle for loss.
And this season is his season for that Heisman trophy. He did not win it last year.
But setting that momentum early on,
he gets another tackle for loss on the quarterback. Let's go.
And he said, no, this is my house.
And anywhere that Aaron Donald Jr. go is his.
I'm going into the next play. I got a little too excited and missed.
But that didn't bring me down because the next play I detached myself and drilled this running back to knock his buckles loose.
But they are driving down the field and the quarterback tries to escape, but Aaron Donald Jr. isn't going forward. He brings the quarterback down.
I mean, he's just sitting there thinking about what he's going to do on that next play. And the next play, he just absolutely loses the tackle and laid the boom on the quarterback.
But they tempo the offense because they're trying to score before halftime. But as you can see, I do the same thing and come in and lay the boom again for another sack. And I'm fired. But that's the way to get off the field. But they kick 3 and then they come back down the field and kick 3 again to go up 6-0 with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. We drove down the field, winning the game, winning touchdown, and went up 7-6. And as you can see, I ended the game off of 8 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Going into our next game against Miami, I mean, I don't know what got into Aaron Donald Jr., but he got pancaked the first play of the game, and they were really in his head early on.
And I mean, he was running his angles wrong and missing tackles, that plays that could have been tackled for loss.
And I mean, I just didn't know what was going on.
But he finally shook back, and they ran a read option, and I laid the boom on that quarterback, and I let him feel
And I mean, it was like a big four-wheeler had hit him.
Not only did he get the treatment, the running back got the same thing. I laid the boom on the running back as well.
I mean, I just don't know if this tackle was just good or Aaron Donald Jr. was having a bad game, but he had gotten thrown on the ground again. I don't know what's going on.
And I mean,
I got off the block too late, but Miami marches down the field and go up 7-3 as they go in for their first touchdown of the game.
But I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. is getting bullied out there. I mean, he goes in and they just throw him and he spins and falls on the ground.
Every time they get him, he gets back and make a play. But going into the next play, as you see, he read the screen and almost had a pick six, but he dropped the interception.
But he gets boomed again by this tackle. I don't know how many pancakes the tackle has on Aaron Donald Jr.
I never back down. I always strike back and get another tackle for loss, and I wrap and roll. Those Gator rolls are paying off. As you see, it's 17-14. We're up by 3 with 21 seconds left to go, and I mean, we are pushing that pocket, and the quarterback throws an interception, and we will seal the game. Let's go.
And I end the game off of 5 total tackles.
We're going into our next game against Florida State. I mean, I came out intense and bent that corner and got a sack to start the game off and get that momentum going.
We're
already up 3-0, and I'm trying to save that offense from scoring. I'm trying to get a score on defense.
But I go in and get another tackle for loss, and I'm starting off intense.
I read screens like the back of my hand, and they ran a screenplay, and you see the relentless effort as I go in and lay the boom on the running back.
Going to the next play, I got a good pass rush, missed the tackle, but as you can see, he fell on the ground, got back up and kept running, and they went all the way down and scored, and I don't know what just happened.
And I mean, I'm looking around at the referees like, what is going on? His knee hit the ground. He was literally on the ground.
But we're losing pretty bad, and they march down the field to score, and as you can see, they're going for the 2-point conversion, and he goes in for the 2-point conversion to take them up 20-3.
But they end us the old-fashioned way. We're going to lose 20-13.
And I end the game off of 5 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks.
So going into our next game against Iowa, as you can see, I was getting double teamed, but as you can see, this is how you detach yourself and make the tackle early on in the game and get that momentum.
But this quarterback cannot escape me. He tries to run a read option, but you can't get away from Aaron Donald Jr.
And I lay the boom early on to let him feel me.
Making big-time plays in the goal line is a must. As you can see, Aaron Donald Jr. makes a big-time play and force them to kick a field goal.
So they go on to kick a field goal and go up 3-0 early on in the game.
And I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. is frustrated. I don't like giving up any points.
But I go in and get a sack.
And I just won, but I go in and get another sack. And I'm trying to break records.
We're going into the next play. Look at the push-pull technique. I shoot my hands, detach myself, and go in and make a tackle.
And I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. is like a magnet to that
ball.
Going into that next play, I come unblocked and go make another tackle on that running back.
And another sack on that quarterback. I laid the boom on him.
It was 4th down, and that was a big-time play from Aaron Donald Jr.
Going into the next play, you can see how he detached himself. He was covered up and makes a big hit on the quarterback.
With that tackle right there, our offense drives down the field again, and we go up 17-3 to win the game.
And Aaron Donald Jr. gets player of the game, 11 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Going into our next game against Virginia Tech, didn't start start off so well. I mean, they started off driving down the field and they got to the goal line and went in to punch the ball in early on.
And I mean, it was like they were just running through us. But the next drive, they come all the way back down to the goal line and run it right up the middle for another touchdown to go up 14-0 on us. And we've never had this happen to us.
So how will we react? But as you can see, I run straight through this old lineman and almost get a sack on the quarterback.
But he nearly gets that ball
off. Going into the next play, they try to double team me and I obliterate this running back and run right through him. But I go over and make an assisted tackle with my teammate.
And I said, let's go.
But going into the next play, we got to pull her and I dip and rip and get skinny with him and get to that running back with bad intentions.
And coach has always told me when you get a chance to hit somebody, make sure you try to shorten their neck. Going to the next play, I tried to obliterate this quarterback, but they had a read option and I tried to take him out for the game. He needs some milk.
But I don't know what has gotten to Aaron Donald Jr. in this fourth quarter because he is trying to knock everyone's buckles loose.
But
Aaron Donald Jr. cannot do it all. He would not be enough for his team as Virginia Tech drives down the field and goes down and score again to go up 24-0.
Our second game of the season. We can't lose anymore if we want to go to that championship.
I had the game off for 7 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks.
Going into the next game against Duke, I mean, I started off intense and caught that running back at the right angle and got my first tackle of the game.
On the next play, I had outside containment and the quarterback just fell right into my arms with another tackle of the game. And this was a tackle for loss.
Look at the relentless effort as I go get an assisted tackle with my teammates. Let's go.
But going into the next play, this showed you to never give up on that play and you can always have a chance as I bounce back out and the quarterback rolls out and he falls right into Aaron Donald Jr. arms with a sack.
Aaron Donald turned up in the fourth quarter as he laid the boom on the quarterback.
I mean, that defense is rallying to that ball all night.
But I mean, who is going to stop Aaron Donald Jr.? No one can guard him, but he gets another sack on the quarterback.
Is that Aaron Donald has so many workouts that has gave him a fastball, get off, powerful moves, a great first step, and beautiful
tackling.
But they kick a field goal, tie the game up 10-10. But we march back down the field on the last seconds and score a touchdown to take us up 17-10, and we win the ball
with 7
total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 1 sack.
Going into our next game against 0-6 Virginia, I mean, we came out here to dominate them, and we started off intense, and I started off intense with a tackle for loss.
And Aaron Donald Jr. came out here for respect.
I mean, he detaches himself and laid the boom on this running back.
You're not safe anywhere running on this field when you go against this Pitt defense, but the quarterback ran a read option and he got laid.
And I mean, things are just starting to get easy. I mean, we are just running around the tackles and getting sacks after sacks.
I told the crowd this is going to be one to remember as I go in and get another tackle for loss and I wrap and roll.
And those tackling circuits are paying off.
But I go in with another sack of the game, and I mean, who is gonna stop me?
I mean, should he give a good pass rush every down, and I took the quarterback legs out, but he still got that ball
up 20-0. We have nothing to worry about, but I am still relentless to that ball, as you can see, and I go get another tackle.
Going to this next play, I read this play like a script, and I picked it off, and I took it. I see nothing but the end zone in the crowd, and I will go with a burst of speed all the way, and I dive in the end zone with a touchdown.
And I mean, it's like a tradition now for Aaron Donald Jr. He has a pick every season and a pick 6. Let's go.
But we're going to knock on Virginia 27-0, and I get player of the game, end the game off of 8 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks and 1 interception.
Going into our next game, it was a statement game, and I came in here and drilled him early on.
I made sure to look him down in the disrespect that I had for him.
And I mean, this quarterback was my son tonight. I was sacking him all
night.
And
I was doing whatever I could do to put my team in a good position to win.
But you know what I say about the offensive linemen when they chop block you. They cannot really block you.
They were throwing cheat shots at me all game, but that didn't stop me. I stayed relentless and got to that ball with another tackle.
And I told you I was sacking this quarterback all night. I made him my son.
And I mean, coach called a timeout because they punted that ball back to us, and we was trying to get in that end zone before halftime.
I'm going in with another tackle, and it's a shoestring tackle.
And I mean, I know this quarterback had a migraine after this game because I laid the boom on him again for another sack.
We're going to knock off the zip 16-7, and I get player of the game, and I end the game off of 8 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks.
We're going into our next game against UNC. I mean, it started off a bit slow, but Aaron Donald Jr. kept his foot on that pedal, gave a good pass rush, and did not let off.
I mean, he was laying hit sticks early on, and he let that quarterback know that he was
But the
here.
world needs to know who Aaron Donald Jr. is as I go in with another sack and break the record on 53 total sacks in a season. Let's go.
And I mean, I'm trying to be a top prospect going into the draft, so we have to keep winning so these NFL prospects could see me.
But I sack Drake May again and tell him to muscle up.
But that didn't stop UNC. They went and kicked the field goal and went up 6-0 on us.
I kept going. I lost lost the tackle and hit the quarterback and made him do a flip, but he still completed the pass for a touchdown. But they do a play action and Aaron Donald doesn't stop. He keeps coming even when things aren't going good for another sack. And I mean, this is just the normal me. When I was born, I was ready to do this. But as you can see, we are down by 2 points and we need anything to spark a change.
We're going to lose our third game against UNC 16-14. And as you can see, I ended the game off of 8 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks.
Going into the Snow Bowl against Notre Dame, I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. started off intense, and I mean, he started off with a sack to the game. How better could you start the game? And then he absolute obliterate this tackle. I mean, he just ran right through.
They said when the tackle's looking back at you, you're doing something right. As I laid the boom on the running back.
Going into the next play, you can see I shoot my hands and I attack my landmarks and I detach myself and go in and make another big hit on the running back. Going into the next play, I pulled a move out of my bag. I hit him with a spin move. It was so nasty, but I missed the sack by inch. But I will get him back that next play as I dive at his ankles and get another sack. And coach calls a timeout so we could game plan on these boys.
But I made sure that their face mask was planted into that snow.
I mean, Notre Dame, y'all have unleashed a beast. And y'all let him out of his cage as he go in and get another sack of the game. And I mean, how many am I gonna get? I say another one, and this time it is in the safety, and I get 2 points on the board for my team.
And I mean, we're fired up as we go on to knock off Notre Dame, and I get player of the game with 7 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks. So going into my next game against Georgia Tech, I mean, they were chop blocking me early, and you know what I say about chop blockers? That mean that they cannot block me already.
But you can see that Pitt defense was rallying to that ball all night.
I dive in to get my first sack of the game, and he did a front
flip. But just look how elusive and powerful Aaron Donald Jr. is. He ran through the tackle, and then he made the tackle on the running back. Oh my God. He stayed in attack mode and clubbed over, ripped, and made another tackle. And I mean, Aaron Donald Jr. is the king of this city.
And if he's not on any of these NFL coaches' radar for being an undersized D lineman, then you are sleeping.
Going into the next play, I didn't even give that quarterback time to pull that ball out. I was already there for the sack. And I made sure that he remembered my name.
So we're going to knock off Georgia Tech, and I get player of the game with 6 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks.
Going into our next game against Syracuse, this is an important game, and we came out of tense, and I started off hitting that quarterback, but he still got the pass completed.
But Aaron Donald Jr. was on a hunt. He see the running back got tripped up, and he still dived at his ankles for the tackle.
And I'm making sure to leave my mark in this game right here.
And I'm fired up early on.
Going into the next play, I hit the tackle with a juke, go in for the first sack of the game, and I'm fired up.
That didn't stop Syracuse from scoring the ball. They called their special teams out and kicked 3 for the field goal.
Things started to go downhill just a little bit. Aaron Donald Jr. got double teamed, and I mean, he just fell to his knees. But he got to that quarterback with bad intentions and went in for another sack of the game, and this one was a safety.
And I changed the score to 3-2. I'm doing whatever I can to put my team on that board.
But going to the next play, Aaron Donald has broke another record with 35 sacks. He broke his own record.
Laid the boom on the quarterback.
But we were fired up all game as we go on to win the game 9-3.
And Aaron Donald gets player of the game. But with that being said, that is our last game of our season, and we did not make it to that conference championship, nor did Aaron Donald get Heisman. So with all of that being said, my next year I will be entering the transfer portal. Comment down below where you think I will go.